We're back. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to semifinal number 2. I get so excited here. St. Mark's and Padua are going to be starting here any minute now. They're getting introductions of the number 4 ranked, or number 4 seeded St. Mark's Spartans. They are the visitors tonight. On the scoreboard, Padua in the black will be the home team. They are the top seeded team. And they're introducing the starters. St. Mark's, a large contingent of Spartans, students in front of us in the white. Padua, we see them at the other end of the gym in the pajamas. And Jason, there's hundreds of Padua students out here tonight. Jill Lytle, one of the starters, St. Mark's, being introduced. They will be playing without Captain Aaron Derrick, who's out for the season, unfortunately. St. Mark's is coached by Nancy Griskowitz. And she's been here a long time with a lot of success. And I'm looking for the volleyball banners here. They are down in the far corner from where we are. And they're going to introduce the Pandas here. 17-0 this season, Padua. Say that on there? Alrighty, so we are about ready to get started. And St. Mark's students ready to go, Jason. They are fired up. We are about ready for semifinal number 2. The winner plays Monday night against Ursuline. That game will be available on the NFHS network, powered by 302 Sports. Monday, approximately 7 p.m. And Emma Lucy with the serve to start it off for the Pandas. They have beaten St. Mark's twice this season, and that hit is out.
We're having an error on our end.
And it's 1-0 Padua. Lucy with the save, or the kill. I get it right here. Oh, that's a save right there by Jerome. And she's going to get the free ball. Nice play by Emily Jerome. I've said that all season. Here's a kill by Dietrich. Score it for the Spartans. She's just a freshman. Caroline Dietrich with the point. We're tied at 1. And back to serve is Amanda Tucci. Nice serve. It's in. Oh, it's saved by Jerome and Bison. Nice play by the Pandas to keep that one alive. Siemens blocked. And McGonigal up for the back line by Jerome. Bumped up. It's going to be Siemens again. Right to Emily Jerome, who saves it. Nice play by Bison and Lucy to get that over. And a back line attempt goes wide. Score it for the Pandas. It's 2-1. Jess Mullen on the serve. Gets it up, and there is Thibodeau, but it won't fall. Up for Emily Jerome. Oh, instead of the crush, she gets a little finesse on that one. Point, Emily Jerome. And it's 3-1, Padua. You know, we got some students there, but not much we can do. We'll try to move them a little bit later on when we can. This is up for Thibodeau, played by Lucy. Going to Emily Jerome. This is all power for Jerome. Straight down, it's 4-1. Mike Lang, Jason Winchell, and a stationary camera, but we can only do so much. There's only 2 of us here tonight. One of the most fun nights of the year. Semi-final night for volleyball. Jess Mullen on the serve. 4-1 lead for the Pandas. Played by Frady. And here is Siemens, and she gets the kill. And you'll hear that a lot tonight. Savannah Siemens with the kill. Mullen plays this one. Lucy's got it over to Jerome. Off the wall, but a nice dive there by Berggren to save it temporarily. This time it's going to be Michelle Kazicki, but nice play by Thibodeau to keep that alive. Lucy's going straight up for Jerome, but she gets underneath of it and it's long, 4-3. And to play against Padua, you got to play outstanding defense like that young lady, Maddie Sachs, did. You see Maddie, there she goes walking through your screen. And she'll be back next year, Miss Sachs. Outstanding night, outstanding season for Maddie Sachs and Tower Hill. They will be playing Monday night in the consolation game against a team that is not fortunate to win tonight. Oh, there's a crush. Siemens right down the middle. Savannah Siemens getting the work done. This is Berggren on the serve. McGonigal gets it. A little handcuffed. Up for Jerome. Dug by Frady. Battle at the net. Kazicki back to McGonigal. Lucy the freebie. Jerome gets her hands on that one. She's going to play it again. Underneath of it, it goes long. We're tied at 4. St. Mark's up 6-4, a 5-point run for the Spartans. Berggren on the serve. Going to Jerome, off the tape and in. Point for the Pandas ends that 5-point run. This is Katie McGonigal back to serve for Padua. She goes middle, but Frady gets it. Here's Siemens. Another kill for Savannah Siemens, her third already. And Savannah Siemens with 3 points early on. Grace Sawyer gets the serve. It's up for Jerome. You know what Padua's doing. They're going to their ace, Emily Jerome, and she scores there 7-6. So if you're Padua, the thought is you're going to beat us. You're going to beat our best. And it's going to be Emily Jerome. She will probably not take a point off tonight. Taylor Muller on the serve. This is Savannah Siemens. That time Padua gets a piece of it to slow it down. Jerome straight down, but what a dig by Jill Lytle, and saved in by the Pandas. But that free ball is going to go wide, and it's 7-7. Unbelievable play by Jill Lytle to get underneath of that one. That had to hurt a little bit. Frady is blocked by Subject. Siemens off the block and in. St. Mark's up 8-7. Let's say St. Mark's is actually going to be the Spartans tonight. St. Mark's back and forth first set. They were down. They scored 5 straight. It is 8-7 St. Mark's. Jerome, a blast. It is in. And they are going to go to Jerome until her arm falls off. And here's the only way Jerome doesn't hit at the front. She serves. She does a good job on that too. Berggren plays it. This is going to be Frady. And that's a kill for Grace Frady. And how about that, Jason? It went through the tripod, but doesn't touch the tripod. How about, we got lucky there. All these St. Mark's kids, not one of them can make the play. 9-8 Spartans. And that is Grace Frady on the serve. She goes down the middle and long. Nice play by Sean Green. We're tied at 9, and we expected a tight one. The freshman, Subject, back, bringing this one in. There's Dietrich. She is blocked by Kazicki, and that ball returned by St. Mark's out of bounds. Pandas up 10-9. Subject goes left side, this time on the serve. Back set for Lytle, played by Muller. There's Jess Mullen, nice side by Grace Sawyer to get to that one. And that is Lytle, can't get it to fall. Mullen off of the side of her hand, and it goes out of bounds. And we are all tied at 10. The winner tonight plays Monday night for the state championship. Set for Mullen this time, dug by Lytle. That is Katie Husbands, number 7 with the play. Oh, nice try by Lucy to go over on 2, but not enough lift on it. St. Mark's back in front, 11-10. Jerome receives that serve. Lucy up for Mullen. She's dug. Dietrich, oh, what a split by Katie McGonigal to get to that one. Jerome from the back line A great dig by Lytle. Tipped over, Jerome gets it. This is Mullen again. What a nice dive by Jill Lytle. She's playing her out of her mind back there. Cross court to Mullen. Loud on the left side. Off a defender and 8 rows into the bleachers. Padua ties it up at 11. Emma Lucy, the senior, back to serve. And it's a good thing those Pandas wore the pajamas down there. We're going to be here a while. Ace for Lucy. Puts Pandas back on top. 12-11. Padua seeking their first state championship since 2013. St. Mark last one in 2011. Thibodeau is dug. Yep, a little battle to that. Kazicki up. Here's Claire Bison, the lefty, off the block. Nice diving save by Lytle. She's been outstanding on defense. This is up for Mullen. We have a violation. Point, St. Mark's. We're tied again. (12-12). Tucci in to serve for the Spartans. Back set from Mullen. Off the block. That's a point for the Pandas. It's 13-12. Great crowd on hand. It's thinned out just a little bit, not too much. But after Tower Hill and Ursuline, a lot of their fans, a lot of them have stuck around. Some did depart. Had a chance to talk to Sam Davis between matches, and she is excited is not the word to get back to the championship. They were there last year, Ursuline against DMA, and they will be playing one of these teams on Monday night at the Bob Carpenter Center. There's Siemens. Timing's off a little bit, but nice play by McGonigal to get that up in the air. Bison lefty, cross court, off the block, and in, off the block, and down, I should say. 14-12 Pandas. Jess Mullen goes middle. Here's Siemens. Gets a good whack at that one, but the wall is there for the Pandas. Back set to the lefty Bison. Siemens plays it. Nice diving stop by Mullen. She got to that somehow. McGonigal plays the free ball, but Jess Mullen saves a point for the Pandas. Here is Thibodeau, blocked out of bounds. St. Mark's back within one. It's 14-13. Alyssa Berggren back in to serve for the Spartans. Berggren, a sophomore, played a crucial role for St. Mark's this year. Here's Claire Bison. Dug by Thibodeau. Oh, wow. Nice dig by McGonigal, but she cannot keep it in bounds. And a nice play on the sideline by Matt Smith, the St. Mark's AD. Smitty proving he's still got it back from the St. Elizabeth's days. Jerome tucks it into the corner. 15-14. She's back up front, and they start going back to her. Katie McGonigal on the serve with a 1-point lead for the Pandas. That is wide. We're back tied at 15. Our thanks to the DIAA, Tommy Neubauer, Terry Taylor, for letting us bring this to you tonight, and also to St. Mark's High School for hooking us up and helping us out. Jerome tips over the wall, and that is a double hit, I believe. A carry. The violation gives the point to the Pandas. 16-15. Taylor Muller back in. She replaces Claire Bison, and Muller will serve. One of the freshmen on this Padua team, or seniors, they have quite a few of them. Gets under that serve, but it is played by St. Mark's. Siemens, dug by Jess Mullen. Here's Jerome, off the wall. Nice save by the Pandas. Free ball played over by Lucy. Siemens tries to tip, that doesn't go. Jerome off the wall and in. Emily Jerome, another point, 17-15. Padua there in the black. They're going away from you on your screen. St. Mark's in the green coming at you, and we have a timeout. Spartans, 17-15. So we're going to see a familiar battle on Monday night. It's going to be two Catholic Conference teams, as Ursuline's already advanced, and it's going to be either St. Mark's or Padua. St. Mark's dropped 2 to Padua, some close ones during the season, including one we brought to you right here on 302 Sports back in, I don't know when it was, September, October, who knows. Taylor Muller back, and she will start this one up again. 17-15. Padua over St. Mark's. Off the tape. Nice diving save by Frady. Here's Lucy up for Subject. Mackenzie Subject scores it. Youth will be served on that one. That's a freshman. Scored that point. Padua has Jerome, Muller, Bison, Lucy, Courtney Scott, Katie McGonigal as your seniors. But they have some serious talent coming back next year, including that Jessica Mullen. Savannah Siemens with a dig. Somebody who'll be back. Jerome off the block. Nice play by St. Mark's. She's going to try again. Straight down, and this one's Bergeron gets 2. Lucy over on 2. St. Mark's not fooled. Siemens right at us. Kill for Savannah Siemens, 18-16. And that was Siemens on the serve. Jerome down the middle. Grace Sawyer gets to it. Blocked by Emma. Lucy for the point. Pandas back up by 3. (19-16). You got to get the 25. Must win by 2. Oh, score it! It's an ace for Emily Jerome. She does it from everywhere on the court. This is what Padua has been playing for 4 years. Nice block. I believe that was Subject that got that one. Score it. Pandas up 21-16. Jerome. Dietrich, another block. Mackenzie Subject, 2 in a row. The freshman battle there, Dietrich and Subject. Subject gets the win on that one. Her second consecutive block. 21, that's 21-17. Must have been a violation on Padua. That's what I get for looking down for a second. 21-17. Jerome lays out for that one. Mullen off the wall. Grace Sawyer sticks an arm up to get it. Lytle blocked. She's going to try a tip this time, and that one is a winner. (21-18). Back to serve is Grace Frady. Lucy up for Subject. Can't get that to fall. It's Dietrich, punches it over, and it's a score. A winner for Carolyn Dietrich. And 3 straight for St. Mark's. It's 21-19. Caroline Dietrich pressed into duty when Erin Derrick got injured. She's done a fine job. Frady, wow, nice dive by McGonigal to save that one. Here's Mullen. unable to get that one down. This is Mullen again at Sawyer, but Sawyer gets to it. And there's a point for the Spartans. Jill Lytle with the kill. It's a 1-point game. Coach DiSabatino letting her team figure this one out. Jerome with a freebie. Middle for St. Mark's. Katie Husbands, nice dive by Jerome to play it. Mullen off the wall. Sawyer gets to it. There's Lytle again. Cross court to Mullen. We have a violation. Point St. Mark's. We're tied at 21. 5 straight for the Spartans. And there is the timeout for Padua. And we are 21 apiece. So a nice little run here for St. Mark's. They scored 5 straight. And they're getting serenaded by their friends here at St. Mark's. St. Mark's, a big night tomorrow right here at the Graveyard. It's football against Salesianum, 7 p.m. The annual Catholic battle between the Sal's and the Spartans. Now the Division I Sal's and the Division II Spartans. And St. Mark's, if they win any prayer of getting to the postseason, they have to win tomorrow night, pretty much. And Salesianum needs a win. A lot on the line tomorrow. It may not be enough for either team, but we'll find out.
They all need help.
They need help, both of them. The Sal's need Dover to win or Appoquinimink, and they need a win. St. Mark's, they got a laundry list of stuff that has to happen for them to get into the playoffs. But it is not over until it's over. 21. Frady has been the architect of this comeback back there on the serve. That's going to be a free ball chance for St. Mark's to take the lead here. Back set to Dietrich. Blocked. Jess Mullen ends the run with a block. Pandas back up by 1. So Padua has thrown up some nice front line defense tonight. Mackenzie Subject on serve. Just wants to get it in. That's the most important thing. Here's Dietrich again. Michelle Kazicki can't get it to fall, but the bump goes back over the net. Here's Mullen, straight down. Jess Mullen, 2 in a row for her. Pandas at 23-21. And Subject going to take the ball. Timeout. Coach Griskowitz and the Spartans, they trail by 2. She's trying to ice the freshman, Mackenzie Subject. We'll see how that goes.
Just a reminder, tomorrow night, our 302sports.com Spotlight Game of the Week. Hodson at Middletown. Flight A title on the line tomorrow night, 7:30. Tune in. Pat Garianis on the call, along with myself and a host of other people as we bring you our 302 Sports Spotlight Game of the Week. And now back to some volleyball.
Thanks, Jason. That should be a great one for the Flight A championship. Hodgson at Middletown. The size of Hodgson, the speed of Middletown. We'll see who wins out down there in cowbell country. Here we go, 23-21. We're going to change volleyballs. Might be a little sweaty. I walked in tonight and told Matt Smith it was a little chilly in this gym. He said, wait till you throw 1,200 people in here. Mackenzie Subject goes back left. This is going to be Jill Lytle over the wall. Nice play by Muller. Jerome with back line. There's Lytle. Dietrich off of Subject's hands. Mullen tips over the wall, but Siemens is there. Here's Lytle to Jerome. Lucy just saves that one over the net. And that ball by Dietrich is going to count for a point. 23-22. Freshman has played well tonight. Emily Jerome down to get that one. Jess Mullen dug by Lytle. Jill Lytle's been outstanding tonight. And there's a save by the Pandas. This is Mullen again. Can't go to Lytle. She's getting everything. Abby Thibodeau ties this at 23. So St. Mark's back. We're all squared up at 23. Mullen with a boom down the middle. Frady gave it everything she got. It is set point 24-23. Emma Lucy, the senior, she knows how to ace it here. It is loud, it is energetic in here. She goes middle. And that is long. It's going to count for the Spartans. No, it's overruled. It's a tip. It's a tip. One line judge called it long. The other one called it a tip. And we are tied at 24. All locked up. We're going overtime. Back set to Mullen. Cross court winner. Jess Mullen puts Pandas. That's her second set point. And Mullen will serve. Set point number 2 for the Pandas. This is Savannah Siemens. Can't quite get on top of that one. It's Jerome. It is in. That's a winner for Emily Jerome, and the first set is over. Padua needs extra points, but they get it done. 26-24. They lead 1-0. We'll be back right after this on 302sports.com.
Market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think The Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroup.re.com. The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think The Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroup.re.com.
Back at St. Mark's High School, Jason Winchell running the controls today, and Mike Lang just standing here watching some volleyball. 1-0 Padua. That was a hard-fought first set. St. Mark's. Yeah, St. Mark's was down 21-16 at one point. Came back to tie 21. Padua went back up 23-21. St. Mark's able to bring it back to a tie at 24. And then Padua scored the final 2 points. Jess Mullen went kaboom down the middle for the first point number 25. Setting up set point number 2. And Emily Jerome went down the middle to end it, and that was a fantastic set. A great set for St. Mark's Jillian Lytle and Savannah Siemens, but Lytle was outstanding. Jill Lytle missed her sophomore season after tearing an ACL against St. George's right here on this floor. In fact, our buddy Ed Charlier, who's right here, his daughter was playing in that game. Jess is up in the bleachers right here next to us. So St. Mark's going to try to tie it up. Ursuline dropped the first set tonight and came back 1-3 straight, so it can be done. I'm not trying to jinx the Pandas, but let you know, Monday night at the Bob Carpenter Center is the final. StateChamps.com/DIAA is how you get your tickets. Here is Michelle Kazicki, goes long on that first one, and it is 1-0 St. Mark's. That is Jill Lytle on the serve. This time we're going over to Mullen. Drops it in front of the back line. We're tied up at 1 apiece. So Jess Mullen, impressive evening so far. Early on, Padua was setting it to Jerome every time, but Jess Mullen has emerged. Here's Dietrich. Wow, she blasts one. Jerome able to save it, and it's a free ball over. Going the other way now. Abby Thibodeau, it's in. It is called in. And it is going to be a point for the Spartans. Amanda Tucci on the serve. Back set to Mullen. Off the wall, Tucci digs. There's Siemens off the wall. Jerome gets to it. Bison, the lefty, blocked by Savannah Siemens. Who else? 3-1, St. Mark's. Jerome's going to play a push from the back. Guess who? It's Siemens. And she scores again. Yeah, we don't get votes for All-State, but if anybody wants some suggestions, you know how to reach me. Nice serve there by Tucci. It is bumped back over the net. Chance for St. Mark's. Thibodeau into the middle. Going to go to Bison here. And Claire Bison gets it off the wall. Score one for the Pandas. Bison, one of the seniors. A key part of that Padua team. Jessica Mullen gets one over the net. Bumped up. It's a freebie, almost off the basketball net. Jerome, wow. Hit that straight down. I believe it was a kick save and a beauty by St. Mark's, but kicked into the stands. Emily Jerome with authority. And there's a service error, 5-3. Very impressive kill there by the All-Stater, Emily Jerome. I know I don't get a vote, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say Emily Jerome's going to be on the All-State team. Here's Alyssa Berggren. Very impressive sophomore. Like what I've seen from her this year. Here's Jerome off the wall, and Berggren gets it just as I sing her praises. And Siemens tips it over the block, gets it in. 6-3, Spartans. Savannah Siemens doing it all. Here's some Seahawks. There's Nina Tyndall. Oh, pancake, no. Berggren almost gets to it. It's a tip kill for Padua. Katie McGonigal. It's going to be, guess who? Savannah Siemens off the tape. When it rains, it pours. 7-3. St. Mark's. And she has really stepped up. First off, she's been fantastic all season, but even more so after the loss of Derek. Wow! Did you see the short set to Emily Jerome? And she smushes it down the middle. 7-5. If you like power, you're going to see some power in this set. And here's Siemens, but she has to tip that one. That is Mackenzie. Subject off the defender and in at 7-6. Back to serve for Padua. I can see through the sea humanity. Taylor Muller. It's a good thing I know these kids now. I didn't see her number, but I knew it was Savannah Siemens blocked. That doesn't happen too much. Jerome blocked, and that doesn't happen too much. Couple of big blocks there, and St. Mark's gets the point. You got to be a brave soul to step in front of that ball. And here's Savannah Siemens right in front of us with the serve. Nice one, and that's going to be an ace for Siemens. She does it all. 9-6. Pandas are going to play this one. Guess who? Emily Jerome, dug by Berger. And there's a winner. Let's see who that was. I believe that was Jill Lytle with the winner. Grace Frady with a nice try. Great play by the Pandas. Jerome blocked again. There's a battle at the net. And it falls on the Padua side. Make it 11-6. Jerome again, Bergen's there again. So you got to find out a different way to score here. Lucy, this time to Subject, off of Dietrich, and it falls in. That ends the run at 5 points for St. Mark's. So you've seen a little bit of everything. Emily Jerome back to serve. And St. Mark's knows to throw the defense on her. Siemens with the set here. And the block by Subject and or Mullen. It's 11-8. Spartans fans in the white. You can see some of them there in your picture. And that's going to be an ace for the Pandas. Off the antenna, Emily Jerome with the ace, 11-9. And we are waiting for a whistle. Here it is. Padua down 2. Down 3 after the service error. to 9. Set number 2, Padua leads 1-0. A 26-24 win in the first. Frady gets it in play, up for Mullen, blocked by St. Mark's. Subject on the second one goes up. Here's Dietrich. Pandas are there. Short set for Subject. Nice dig by Sawyer. Pushed by Siemens just a bit wide, 12-10. Good thought by Savannah Siemens. It's about 3 inches too far to the left. Mackenzie Subject on serve. Siemens with the set for Jill Lytle. It's going to be a free ball if Jerome can get to it. Nice play by Emily Jerome. Going to Dietrich again. Mullen down the middle, but there's Sawyer. St. Mark's playing some outstanding defense. And that hit is long. The only way to beat Padua is you got to have your A game when it comes to defense. It's hard to match them hit for hit, because the Pandas have so many different weapons up there. The St. Mark's is doing a great job tonight. No secrets between these teams. They've played each other many, many times. Tipped by Lytle, and that's going to be a point. Jill Lytle, another fine play. She's going to come back and serve. Leading by 2. And even when you're the superstar, you got to clean up the floors. Emily Jerome gets the moisture off the floor. This is Mullen. St. Mark's gets to it again. Set over by Lucy, but does not fall. Dietrich, they're saying it was tipped, not 4 hits. Thibodeau tries to tip it, no. Mullen, she gets this one. Jess Mullen with the point. Hit the bag underneath it. 13-12, we're close. We got a timeout on the floor. We're going to change up on the balls here. Glad you could join us on 302sports.com. Don't forget, we'll get this in a second. This is Emma Lucy on serve. And nice save by Katie Husbands. Mullen with a chance. And it's going to come right at us again. Jess Mullen, 2 kills in a row, and we're tied at 13. Every Wednesday at 7 from Hooters of Newark, it's the 302 Sports Weekly, Plays of the Week, Top 10s. Special guest, a very special guest next Wednesday. We have the Delaware athletes in the news. We'll talk about playoffs. Yeah, we're talking playoffs. High school basketball starting up. We're going to be talking about that soon coming up. We got field hockey, soccer. It's all going on. 302 Sports Weekly every week. Every week at 7 o'clock. And this is a trainer timeout, a trainer-initiated timeout. Savannah Siemens being checked for a concussion, and she, as usual, Savannah passes the test, and she will stay in. That is a blow that St. Mark's can ill afford. We're tied at 13. And they go, here's Siemens with the set. She looks just fine. Jerome, nice dig. Here's Jess Mullen. She's in. That's in. It is tipped. I think it landed in anyway. St. Padua takes the lead. And we're going to have a timeout, St. Mark's. So Padua has scored 4 of the last 5 to take the 1-point lead, 14-13. Glad you could join us tonight. Remember, Monday night on the NFHS Network, powered by 302 Sports. It's going to be the state volleyball championship. And then next weekend, it's the soccer state champions from Smyrna High School, also on the NFHS Network, powered by 302 Sports. We also have field hockey that afternoon from Rouleau Stadium at the University of Delaware. Those games getting underway today in Division 1. Division 2 got underway yesterday and the day before, I believe. So if we can find some scores. Cape Henlopen, I know, was up 6-0 in their match tonight. And let's see if we get anything yet. Well, we're out of time and timeout, but let's see what we can do here. football score, Caesar Rodney 13, Dover 8 at the end of 3 quarters. 13-8, Caesar Rodney over Dover. Apparently. Dietrich with a nice one. It is played. There's Mullen. She goes left side again. Great play by Frady to get to that one. We're going to try the back set this time. Bison finds the hole there. Bison with a nice one. And there's a nice setter on 2. Savannah Seaman sends it over. Jason, we are going to have an all Henlopen North Final Four in Division 1. Sussex Tech 1, Padua 0. It's the only score I got, but it says an all, and that is long. It is 16-14. Pandas an all Henlopen North Final. So Polytech a winner. Cape Henlopen or Sussex Tech, and who was the other one? Would have been Dover over Concord 2-0 today. And Polytech played. Polytech, who'd they play today? Played Appoquinimink. So the South rules in field hockey this year. Congratulations to the other 4 teams for great seasons. Nice block by the Pandas. St. Mark's going to try again. Here's Siemens. Katie McGonigal gets to it. It's going to be off the rafters, but played by the Pandas. Mullen from the back line. It's in. Jess Mullen, outstanding play. 17-14. So they've had answers for Emily Jerome tonight, but really not too many answers for Jessica Mullen. And Mullen is now on serve, so she can do her damage from the back. But that means that Emily Jerome is back up front with Kazicki and Bison. Thibodeau puts it up. Siemens can't get that one to fall. And this is Jerome. Wow. Straight down in front of Grace Frady. Not anything Frady could do with that. 18-14 Pandas. Tucci bumps this one up. It's going to be Sawyer. Off of Kazicki. Back set to Bison. She's got a hole, and she finds it down the right side. Clara Bison with the winner, 19-14. Timeout, St. Mark's. They trail by 5. So a little, basically it's like an 8-1 run here for Padua. They trailed 13-11 after a tip kill by Jill Lytle. Jess Mullen with a couple of kills. Emily Jerome with a blast. And then Claire Bison, we saw score that one down the right side, the lefty. And Padua from down 2 has put a little bit of a separation here, but it is not over yet. And these Spartans, faithful in front of us, not giving up hope. Great turnout by St. Mark's. You can see some of them right there on your screen. And there's a service error, 19-15. Alyssa Berggren back to serve. She goes to Mullen. Here's Emily Jerome. Wow. She splits the defense on that one. Not much you can do about that. 20-15. So they've had some answers for Jerome tonight with that block. But she has scored 2 of their last 3 points with kills. And she's up front for a little while too. Siemens gets it in. Savannah Siemens finds the line. 20-16. Can't say enough about the season that she has had. She's just been, I mean, outstanding is not even a good enough word to describe the year that Savannah Siemens has had, as Grace Sawyer with the serve to her libero counterpart, McGonigal. Battle at the net. Jerome off the block. Berggren, nice play. There's Lytle. Oh, nice dive by McGonigal to save that one. Jerome from beyond. Emily Jerome finds another hole from the 10-foot line. Outstanding play by Jerome. 21-16. Just when you think you got an answer for Emily Jerome, you don't have an answer for her. They were going to Mullen. They switched up. Now they're going to Jerome with Mullen in the back line. Muller with the serve. Siemens off the block. Paddle with another opportunity. Going middle to Subject, and she scores that one. Mackenzie Subject puts the Pandas up 22-16. So many weapons for Padua. This is going to be a free shot by Lytle. Pandas cross to Jerome. She's blocked out of bounds. 23-16. They're 2 points away from victory in set number 2. Taylor Muller, knuckleball serve off the rafters. And it's a free ball, so that's a little bit of bad fortune for St. Mark's. To Jerome again. She tips this one just a little too far. I think her timing was off a little bit. So that one goes long. See a couple of smiles over there on the Padua side. They just got underneath of that one. And Siemens will serve. Wow, nice serve right into the middle, but is dug by the Pandas. Back line attempt, no. Here's Frady, tips over the wall, falls in. Grace Frady with a point, 23-18. Siemens goes right side off the tape. Wow, Jerome plays it from the front. And Lucy sends it over on 2. Nice play by Jerome. Lucy straight up. Subject finds a hole, puts it down, and it is set point for the Pandas. 24-18. Mackenzie Subject. Jerome with the serve. Knocks Bergman back a little bit, but she gets it. Frady off the block. Saves set point number 1. (24-19). Frady back to serve. They need a few more. Lucy up. Mullen down, and that's a winner for the Pandas. 25-19. Jess Mullen puts this one away. Nice comeback for Padua in that second set. They lead it 2-0. And we'll be back with the third set on 302sports.com right after this.
Create. Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with a voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lois, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
To hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvement's pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
We're back here at St. Mark's High School as we're going to get ready for the third set here between St. Mark's and Padua. Thank you for joining us on 302sports.com. Again, we want to thank Nick Holliday for giving me and Mike a chance to try and broadcast this game by ourselves. We have a stationary camera, and Mike's been bringing you all the action tonight, and he's getting ready to call the third set for you guys. As Padua leads this one 2-0, looking to advance to the state finals against Ursuline. That'd be Monday night on NFHS Network, powered by 302 Sports. So join us Monday night. Third place match will be between Tower Hill and the loser of this one. That'll be at 5:30. Again, both of them are at the Bob Carpenter Center on Wednesday night.
All right, we're back for set 3 here at St. Mark's High School. Two for the Pandas, 0 for St. Mark's, and this need to win this one to survive and move on to set number 4. Jason Winchell on the controls tonight. Mike Lang here on our camera doing all the work by itself up there. Probably get some celebrating. Padua's going to serve to start this one. They have a 2-0 lead. Emma Lucy is going to be leading it off for the Pandas. She goes deep middle, and that was apparently a smart move, as they have to play it as a freebie. Lucy sets back to Bison. There's a nice diving dig by McGonigal, but Pandas in will play at 1-0 St. Mark's. And that is Tucci back to serve. Amanda Tucci, a sophomore. There's Mullen cross court. We have a violation. It looks like a line violation, point for the Pandas. We're tied at 1. Jess Mullen back to serve. A little more floor cleanup going on out there. This is Siemens with a push. Finds a big hole in the middle. 2-1 St. Mark's. Alyssa Berggren to start this one off. She's got her team up a point. She goes left and too far left. Service error, tied back up at 2. Mike Lang, Jason Winchell, I think I mentioned that before. Nobody wants to know our names. Katie McGonigal with the serve. That's going to be saved by St. Mark's. And nice play by the Spartans. Lucy up for Jerome. Wow. I think she just knocked Alyssa Berggren right over with that kill. I give Berggren credit. She's been jumping in front of those all night. 3-2 Pandas. Emily Jerome making her case for Player of the Year here in Delaware. She's got some competition, but she plays everywhere in the court. And there's Jerome. Another kill for Emily Jerome. It's 4-2. Padua came into the season on a mission, as every team did. Every team goes into the season on a mission. There's an ace for the Pandas. It's 5-2. But, we spent a lot of time around Padua in the preseason. Katie McGonigal with that ace. And those girls were super hungry after falling short the last few years. And one more set win here, and they're going to get a chance to take the state title for the first time since 2013. Subject, Doug. Here is a nice kill by, I believe that is Grace Frady. So Frady gets that one. Ends a 4-point run for the Pandas. Grace Sawyer, nice serve. Set up for Jerome. She is blocked by that wall with Siemens and Frady. Tyson goes and she gets dug by the back line. Some defense for the Spartans. Frady off the wall. We're going to go to Jerome again. Here she goes. Over the wall. Wide right. Wide right, just wide. And it is 5-3. Well, 6-3. So there's a violation on St. Mark's there because they took that point away from St. Mark's and gave it to Padua. It's a violation on St. Mark's. So there's some unhappy Spartans around. Nice block by the Pandas. It's up. That is Siemens. Tips over the wall. Look, there's Padua players all over the floor and pays off. Back set to Frady. Over that wall. Lucy over on 2, and it's a winner. Emma Lucy. She's so smart, knows when to do that. 7-3. Padua. Taylor Muller in the serve. There's the whistle. Savannah Siemens dug by Mullen. Nice one. Here's Jerome. Straight down. They can't touch that one. 8-3 Pandas. It's been all about Emily Jerome in the first part of this third set in St. Mark's thus far. Couple blocks, but Emily Jerome is scoring. They're going back to Jerome. This time Berggren gets to a nice play by Alyssa Berggren. And Jill Lytle finds a hole on the left side. Nice play by Lytle, 8-4. And that run for Padua ends at 3 points. Last home game for Jill Lytle, and she's making the most of it. It's actually a neutral site game, but it's the last game in this gym. She's had a fine evening. I believe that's 4 hits, but it goes out of bounds. It is, I think it was counted as 4 hits. Did not go over the net. 9-4 Padua. Jerome on the back line now. That means Mullins up front with Subject. It's an ace for Emily Jerome. Untouched. 10-4. Jerome goes down the left side. Tickles the sideline, and timeout. St. Mark's, they trail 10-4. So after setting Jerome and splitting with Mullen and Jerome in the first 2 sets, it's been consistently to Emily in this third set, and she's paying dividends. And St. Mark's had the answers early. They blocked a few, but Emily Jerome is really imposing her will here in the third set. And they can taste that state championship opportunity. They lead 10-4. I know we've said this a number of times. They are Monday night at the Bob Carpenter Center in Newark. You can get your tickets online at statechamps.com/DIAA. No waiting in line. It might be a little chilly that night. You don't want to wait in line. You want to get there and just show them your phone and get in there. I believe last year they had about 2,100 fans show up, maybe 2,200. I believe it may have been the biggest crowd ever for a volleyball final. So if you want good seats, get the tickets early and show up. We will be there. Jason and I, you might not see us. We'll be up near the top of the building. But another ace for Emily Jerome. She goes middle this time. 2 straight aces for Emily Jerome. See where she goes this time. She goes middle again. Returned off the ceiling, hits a few rafters. St. Mark's is able to play it. Lytle gets it over. Here's Mullen off the block, but it falls in. Jess Mullen, another kill. Here's Jerome. Blisters the serve. Padua able to play that one. Lucy sends it over. Here is Lytle off the wall. Pancaked. But no, it hits the floor. And Jill Lytle, another point. Make it 12-5. So outstanding performance tonight by Jill Lytle. Also another one by Savannah Siemens. Carolyn Dietrich's been pretty impressive when she's had an opportunity to get in there. And Grace Frady, Grace Sawyer, the St. Mark's kids giving it all they got. Alyssa Bergman, don't want to forget anybody. That serve is going to be long. The serve goes back to Padua with a 13-5 lead. And now Subject back. Katie McGonigal gets a rest. Off the net, service error, returns a favor. 13-6. So I'm not totally surprised about an all Henlopen North field hockey Final Four. A little surprised that Padua went out, but congratulations to the winners today. Nice play by St. Mark's. That's 4 hits. (14-6). Lucy back to serve. McGonigal back in. Siemens gets it up for Thibodeau. It's a battle at the net on the overpass. Padua was able to keep it alive. I think that's 4 hits. No, it's called tip by St. Mark's. Oh, and the overpass, Mullen does not miss, and Coach Griskowitz wants a review of that call. So it is 15-6. An explanation forthcoming for Frady. She'll go over and tell the coach what it is. So the ball was ruled tipped by the officials. So not 4 hits from Padua. And here is Lucy again. Dietrich blocked by Kozicki. Michelle Kozicki makes it 16-6. And Lucy back again. There's a service error. So a run of 3 straight for Emma Lucy. St. Mark's will try to climb back into this one. They trail by 9. See who's back there on the serve. Tucci. We have a violation on Padua. That would be a point for the Spartans. Tucci goes at Bison. Here's Jerome from the back line. She tucks it in. She hits it to her pajama-clad schoolmates down there in the corner. 17-8 Pandas. And this is Jess Mullen. Here's Siemens off the block, and Jerome able to, that's Kazicki. Michelle Kazicki gets that ball, touches off the net, gets over the net. Kazicki times the jump right and blows it away. 18-8. Here's Siemens off the block, scored for Savannah. It is 18-9. And here is Alyssa Berggren. She'll bring it in. Lucy across to Jerome. And I think that is ruled out. Tough to tell from our angle. I am not going to second guess the line judge on that one. 18-10. Nice serve by Berggren. Jerome gets to it. But Bison tries to play it in, but Lytle's there. Frady off the tape. Back up for Jerome. Straight down, and it's dug into next week. Another point for Emily Jerome, 19-10. So, Jason, the first half of the match, Jess Mullen really scored a lot. This set has been all Emily Jerome. And there's an ace. This one's slipping away for St. Mark's. They trail 20-10. Ace for Katie McGonigal. We have a timeout, St. Mark's, and they're giving it everything they have. But Padua has really just imposed their will in this third set. I want to take a little voice break here. We'll just turn it over to Jason Winchell for a second.
Yeah, Padua's kind of got the mojo going here in this third set as they take a 20-10 lead. Number one team in the state for a reason. 15-0 regular season, 2 playoff wins. Looking for a match against Ursuline in the finals. With 5 points away from doing that, and taking all 3 from the Spartans this year. As I'll turn it back over to Mike, and I'm sure Mike will have the player of the game later in this one. Hold on.
So I haven't had a point tonight, but I feel like I played 8 sets of volleyball. So in the first match tonight, Ursuline dropped the first set, but came back and took the next 3 from Tower Hill for a 3-1 win. And Ursuline awaits the winner of this one. McGonigal, another nice serve. Here's Siemens. Score it for Savannah Siemens. And it's 20-11. And nobody's giving up. Savannah Siemens, another point. From the back line, Padua tries to get that one. And there's a kill for the Spartans off the Pandas' hands and way out of bounds, 20-12. Grace Sawyer starts it up here. Lucy to Jerome, off of Lytle, it falls. 21-12. Taylor Mueller in the serve. Claire Bison to the bench. Jerome up front now with Lucy and Subject. And an over pass sent down by Jerome. Give her another point. Here's Mueller again. Just over the tape. Nice one. Here's Siemens. Dug by McGonigal. Set for Jerome. Off the wall, and it's in. 23-12. And Jason, I'm going to say our player of the game tonight, Emily Jerome. I mean, they've had a lot of good performances tonight, but this third set, she has owned this third set. They are 2 points away. Siemens tries to keep it going. Nice dig by McGonigal. Jerome sets this time. Mullen from the back line. And a winner for Jess Mullen. And it's match point. They have 12 of them. Muller to serve. Down the middle. Bumped up at Siemens. McGonigal's got it. Lucy to guess who? Emily Jerome. It's all over. Padua 25, St. Mark's 12. They sweep 3-1, and they will go to the state championship match Monday night at the Bob Carpenter Center. The Pandas a dominating performance in set number 3. They remain undefeated, and Jason, they are keeping that dream alive of winning that state championship. And they will play the team that we think matches up with them best, Ursuline.
Yeah, and they beat them twice in 9 sets.
Ursuline did take Padua to 5 sets. So thanks for watching tonight. So glad you could join us here tonight on 302sports.com as the Padua Pandas take care of St. Mark's 25-12 in the third set. They will be going to the Bob. We'll try to get him over here. I'm going to give this to Jason. I'm going to try to track down Emily Jerome. We'll be right back.
What a great night of volleyball here at St. Mark's as Padua and Ursuline will meet in the finals on Monday night. Again, you can catch the game on the NFHS network powered by 302 Sports. Mike Lang and myself will be on the call. Len Evans, Nick Holliday will be there as we will watch Padua and Ursuline meet for the third time this year. Padua won the first one at Ursuline, at Padua, a 5-setter. And then Padua won the second one in 4 sets. Both games were live on 302 Sports. We brought you both regular season games. The NFHS network will bring you the championship game, again powered by 302 Sports. Mike Lang, myself, Nick Holliday, Len Evans will be there. And it will be I think it will be a great final. Ursuline plays defense. Padua's strong hitters and got the height. Both liberos have been awesome this year, Sam Davis and McGonigal. So just let everyone know. Tune in Monday night on the NFHS network powered by 302 Sports. I'll turn it back over to Mike and let you know if he can get Emily Jerome or not.
So they want to go spend a few minutes celebrating as a team, and Coach Jerome said give her a couple minutes and she'll be happy to come up and talk to us. So if we have a few minutes here, we can wait for Emily Jerome. So Jason, a state tournament, a season that we came into thinking so many teams had a chance, and there were some really good performances this year. It really ended up being, tonight we saw the top 4 seeds in the tournament, so it was ended up being the top 4 teams. We're going to see number 1 and number 3 on Monday night at the Bob Carpenter Center. And like you mentioned, Ursuline matches up so well with Padua. I think that's going to be an outstanding match. I don't think 3 sets is going to be enough. I'm thinking probably 4 and perhaps 5, but it should be a fun one. Ursuline and Padua have played in the final before. It's been a while. It's been none of these girls were on those teams. Ursuline last won a championship in 2009, Padua in 2013. I believe Ursuline's last win was over Padua, if I'm not mistaken. They had a 5-set win over them in one of the finals, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to go back and look at the brackets. And, the Raiders, this is their birthright. This volleyball state championship, they have more than anybody. And they're going to go for another one. Padua with 2. The last one in 2013, like we mentioned. And nice tournament so far. A couple 5-setters. With Wilmington Charter, went to 5 sets twice. And we had some breakout performances like Conrad and Red Lion were able to get through to the quarterfinal round. Oh, here we go. So 2009 was Ursuline 3, Padua 1. I believe Padua won the first set that year.
And then 2012, Padua defeated Ursuline 3-2.
And Padua, their first state championship in 2012. Lauren DiSabatino's first season as the head coach. 2012, they won a state championship over Padua. It was 3-0. And so this is the rematch from, not the rematch, but this is the first time since 2012 that we were able to, that these teams will be in the finals with each other.
We're going to go home and upload it on YouTube. So it'll be on.
Thank you very much. Well, we did get hot dogs tonight from Ed Charlier, so we're good. Ed's a Claymont guy, so he took care of us. Ed Charlier, Jessica, his daughter, played for St. George's. Is she a senior? I believe Jess is a senior. So, but Ed was nice enough. I think we're gonna take a commercial break, and we'll be right back right after this.
We are back here at St. Mark's High School. Mike caught up with the player of the game, Emily Jerome, so we'll send it over to her.
Oh wait, can I flip?
You have to just loosen it up.
I'm like curved.
On the side. Nope, right there. Yep. So first two sets, you were hot early. They seemed to adjust, and they went to Jess Molan. In the third set, you just couldn't be stopped.
Yeah.
So that third set, he was just like, I'm gonna end this. We're gonna take care of it now.
I think there's so much adrenaline running through my body that I couldn't even contain myself during any of the plays. A set went up and I was like, oh my god, ball, let's go. It's just too exciting, you know.
Now, we've talked 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
Every team comes in and this is what you want to do. How excited are you to go back, to go there on Monday night and play Fulton Marbles?
Well, I mean, I've wanted to do this since freshman year, since I made varsity and we were here playing charter and lost in 5. Every year I've been working harder and harder to get here, and I know our team has been working so hard to get here. So the fact that we've been undefeated this long, made it all the way to the finals, I know everybody's so excited. We're going to work even harder in these last few days of practices. Just got to get out there and keep doing what we're doing.
You got contributions today. You announced yourself, Jess Molan, Mackenzie,
Yeah.
Subject, Michelle Kazicki. She had a chance to play through some blocks and some kills, and Emma Lucy. You really have a lot of weapons on this team, so they don't have to rely on you all the time.
Yeah.
How good is it for you to be able to look around and go, I have confidence in all of these girls?
It's a relief off your shoulders because, you know, no matter what happens, if you're having a bad game, even if you're having a great game, wherever the ball goes, they're going to do something with it that's going to be successful. So it's really nice just knowing that you can kind of take a little bit of a relaxation moment when somebody else is going up and knowing that they're going to do what they need to do to get the point.
So we've got a couple days between now and Monday.
Yeah.
You should be in the gym, Pandas,
Yeah.
and just working hard,
Last 3 practices ever. Yeah.
And nice to see you on Monday night, and maybe we'll talk to me after that one too.
I'm hoping so.
I mean,
Yeah.
we all like the girls first, and obviously you're friends with them. But,
Yeah.
you know, hey, it's a battle, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right, Em, congrats. You were awesome.
Thank you.
You can talk to the other guys now.
Thank you.
And we'll see you Monday night at 8 o'clock. All right, so that is our player of the game, Emily Jerome. Always so generous with her time. Thank you, Emily. Jason, we'll do this again Monday night on the NFHS Network, powered by 302 Sports. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next time here on 302sports.com.